Today, I'm going to show you why you want to stop whining about meetings and start winning about meetings. And I'm going to give you my 3 best meeting hacks pulled straight from my 12 laws to win at work. And these hacks are going to have you show up different in the meetings so that you can get noticed. Now, why is this important? Because most people do not know how to design and execute a successful meeting. So when you become one of the very few people who know how to get stuff done, then you are going to stand out in the crowd. I have a quote that I use as a compass when I talk about the different common everyday tasks that we all do every day at work. And one of them is meetings. And that is from Booker T. Washington. Excellence is to do the common thing in an uncommon way. Most people think, well, I have to wait for my boss to notice me. But you, that's right, you watching this can make yourself noticeable. And you can do that through how you conduct meetings. I've been in business for a very long time, and I've worked with some of the best people. And I'll tell you something, though, that nobody wants to say. Meetings are not the problem. You are. The people are, because it's the people who are running the meetings, and over 75% of people have never had formal training on how to conduct a successful meeting. And even some of the people who have been trained still don't know how to strategically create a meeting that achieves a goal. And you've been told that meetings are a waste of time, and that is a total lie. Now, I bet you've also heard this before. Don't speak up because nothing can change. Or have you ever thought to yourself, I'm only one person. There is nothing that I can do about this. But this is so wrong. This is a false belief, and it holds you back because it stops you from taking action and getting notice. Every time you sit there and watch this nonsense in a meeting go on, you are allowing that lie to continue. Not because you agree that you should sit there and waste your time in a bad meeting, but because you've bought into the scam that your voice doesn't matter. Well, I've got news for you. Your voice matters a lot, but only if you use it. There are only 2 kinds of people in every meeting. There's the sheep. They nod, they follow, they blend in, they accept all the distractions in the meeting, and they accept that nothing gets done. And then there's the builder, the one who walks in and shifts the whole room with one line. And you know it when you see it. When you see someone who has done a meeting well, we've all been in that one meeting where you're like, I can't believe it. We actually got stuff done. What happens? You've noticed them. You've interrupted that pattern of what we've all decided to buy into, that meetings are always bad. So if you want that promotion, that raise, that seat at the table, you don't get it by daydreaming in meetings. You get it by owning that damn room every time you host a meeting. And that's why I love to host meetings. It's my opportunity to get noticed, to be seen as credible, and to be viewed as a person who gets stuff done. Now, listen, I know most meetings are terrible right now. I've sat through thousands of them with people talking in circles, playing on their phones, wasting everyone's time, and things like, maybe this has happened to you. You went in for a quick update, and 45 minutes later, you're looking at your watch thinking, I've got some real work to do. Or there's that loudmouth, bossy Bruce who loves to jump up and argue about every point in the meeting. Or the meeting where no one even knows why they're there. They don't know what's expected of them or what they're supposed to do to participate. or the productive meeting that all of a sudden becomes coffee and donuts. Meanwhile, you have to stay late after work to get your work done. But then we have all these brilliant people who have come up with the solution for bad meetings, like meeting free Friday. Like that's going to work because you still have to have the meetings on the other days. You're just condensing them into those 4 days. Or ban meetings. Like that's realistic. Meetings are how we communicate in business. And if you ban meetings, you're going to have more people knocking on your door or interrupting your work, because meetings are where we communicate about the stuff that we have to get done. Or one of my favorites, it could have been an email. Have you ever heard that? Well, email is the most miscommunicated form of communication. So it's not the meetings that are the problem. It's how we have just across the globe accepted that meetings are bad. And it's time for you as a builder to take a stand, because this is going to help you achieve the goals that you want at work. Okay, number one, here is what I did to own every meeting, is I want you to prepare like a builder. A builder doesn't go to war without a plan, and the same goes for meetings. You walk into that meeting with your outcome, your goal, defined ahead of time. And you start your meeting by saying, the goal of this meeting is X. And by the end of this, we are going to achieve X. So you don't just say, oh, welcome everyone, nice to have you here. No, you state your goal and you state that you are going to achieve it. Because if there is no goal, there should be no meeting. You should cancel it. You cannot go in and just discuss or consider or brainstorm. If you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. And just having that goal that you have considered before the meeting will help you achieve it, because this is going to tie into step number 2. If you want a yes, you have to invite the right guests. And that's a good point. Instead of looking at your attendees as annoying or, oh, I hope they bring and do what they want, how about if you change the way you look at them, because it's going to change the way you treat them. And instead of looking at them as Bossy Bruce or Sidetrack Sally, look at them as your guests. Would you invite your guests to your home and leave them sitting on your front step wondering why they're there, or if they're ever going to get invited in for a glass of water or maybe some dinner? No, you would not. So stop CCing the whole world. If they're not needed, they're not invited. This shows that you respect people's time, and then they will respect yours. So if you need a decision, you need to invite a decision maker. If you need someone who is well respected and influential in the company to support your idea, you invite a cheerleader. And if you need someone who has expertise in a certain area, you invite your subject matter expert. But you let them know in advance what you expect from them. And then, number 3, the biggest reason why most meetings feel like you go in there, you sit through it, nothing gets done, and then tomorrow you have exactly the same meeting again, is that we don't take charge of the people who go off topic. So you state your goal. That was from number 1. Number 2 is invite the right guests so you can get a yes. And number 3 is to state at the very beginning of the meeting that we are going to have a parking lot. And if it's off topic, all I'm going to say to you is, thanks, that's a great idea. I'm parking it. And we're going back to the achievement of our goal. But I'll make a commitment to you that I will get back to you within 48 hours. And builders are credible. They meet their commitments. So you do that, and that means your parking lot will work. And that's going to stop Loudmouth Larry or Tangent Tina from hijacking your meeting. All you say, great point, parking it, I'll follow up in 48 hours. And make sure you follow up. I'm going to say this, and this is really important. Meetings are not the enemy. They are your opportunity to win at work. Stop following the sheep. Stop following the bystanders. Stop following the crowds who just say, oh, there's nothing I can do about it. And be the person who says, actually, I am going to do something about it. I challenge you to put just these 3 hacks into play and watch how it changes your meetings. But you have a choice to make. You can be a bystander, play it safe, stay quiet, blend in, hope someone finally noticed you. I know how that feels. I spent decades working hard waiting for someone else to notice me. Or you can be a builder. You can prepare like a builder. You can speak like a leader. You can shift the whole room. You can be influential, and you can make yourself unmissable. Because if Bigfoot were to walk into the meeting, everyone would notice. And that's what happens when a builder takes charge of a meeting. And remember this, if you want to get ahead, you gotta get noticed. And you don't want to be waiting for someone else to notice you. And it's time for the hard-working high performers just like you to take the workplace back from the bystanders. If you found this video valuable, which I'm sure you did, hit subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my valuable win at work strategies that are going to help you get noticed, earn more, and move up faster. I'll see you next time.